You understand me? He's mine. And all mine. No one can have him. I had him first. If I can't have him, no one can. It's my family. My family. My family. My family. My family. My... Unforgettable stars Captain Hagel and Rosario Dawson, named Julia, who's just got out an abusive relationship, and then 6 months later she falls in love with a man named David. There are so many things wrong with this movie. I had to get up close and personal. Okay, let me get up close and personal. You know, I gotta explain myself about what is going on. It's getting hot in here. You know, let me just take this off real quick. Another day at the office of doing a traditional movie rant. Maybe do a few stretches a little bit. Come on, let's do some stretches. Well, come on, guys. Let's do some stretches. All right. So let's do some stretches. You know, because this is going to be a physical review. Okay, a physical review. So, you know, it's one of those things where when you're doing a rant, you just gotta prepare for all the damages it's going to be done. This movie was pretty much predictable. Like, really, they call it unforgivable. You can really call it unbearable. This movie was unbearable to watch. It's really unbearable. And Katherine Heigl, there are some aspects where she was overacting and over-exaggerating with her role a lot of times. Katherine Heigl plays a character who has a obsession disorder, like... she has an obsession. So when she doesn't get what she wants, she has a temper tantrum and she gets all crazy in the face, and then she just does drastic things. I just gotta say that the aesthetics of this film was very sloppy. There are some scenes where there has to be a cliche of a noise that's coming downstairs, and the character wants to sneak downstairs, just want to see what's going on. An average person would get a baseball bat, turn on the light, and just beat that dude to death. But no, what do? You want to sneak downstairs when the lights are off and just be scared and have the eerie music because it wants to be a horror film. Just turn on a light. It's not a horror film. The other issue that I had with this film was the pacing. You know, it was very slow. Like in the first and second act was very slow. It was slow to a crawl. I was tossing and turning in my seat. I was very uncomfortable. And there's this one scene that really made me want to laugh my ass off. There was a scene where Rosario Dawson's character Julia was at an event with her fiance, and then she had some tensions with her body. You know, she had that emotion. And then while that scene was going on, there was another scene where Captain Heigl's character Tessa, she was on Facebook and she was on Messenger. But it wasn't called Messenger, it was called Chat. So obviously the movie couldn't afford Messenger to have as their source on Facebook, because Messenger is connected with Facebook. I have never seen a profile picture where you click the message button and it's called Chat. Like what? Alright, so she's on Chat. She's texting Matthew Vargas, and Matthew Vargas was the ex-boyfriend for Julia Banks' character. So they're texting, and now they're sexting, and now she's having an orgasm, fingering herself while she's having a sexting moment on Facebook. So while this scene is going on, Julia has a sex scene with David, and now they trying to integrate the two scenes together, having the music, having them both parallel one another, and they both doing ooh, so graphic sex scenes and all that. She's having sex with David, and then Katherine Heigl's character is getting off to a tweet. David was very oblivious. He's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like, in these kind of movies, they always make the male protagonist as the dumb nut. Like, that's a huge cliche. Like, he don't know that she's crazy. I mean, he known her for like many years, and yet he doesn't really think that she's crazy enough. Like, it's like her character, like you've known her for many years, but yeah, he's like, oh, I think she's a good friend, she just don't understand what's going on. oh no, I'm just a guy in a cliche movie. Really, to the truth, the movie was predictable. Like the first 5 minutes, it pretty much told you what the whole entire movie is going to be about. So then the final act, things got good, you know? In the third act, things got good. And the only good part about the third act was there was a girl fight. Captain Heigl and Rosario Dawson's character, they got into it. I had a boner, and I'm not ashamed. In my mind, when I was watching this movie, I'm just waiting, pacing, and just saying, I want that girl fight. I want that girl fight. Give me that girl fight. I want the girl fight. And it happened, and it wasn't as good as I thought. I didn't want to give it my worst rating, but I was thinking about giving it a Val Kilmer Batman, but until the ending. Until the ending happened. Might as well spoil it for you guys because this movie is unforgettable, so the ending is definitely unforgettable. The ending was, the reason why Tessa is the way she is because her grandmother is all perfect and anal with everything. She wants to sit your back up straight, always have your pinky out, and always eat caviar, you know? Have caviar with your tea and pour your glass with a cup and take a sip. In the very ending of this movie, her grandma showed up, and it hinted a sequel. They hinted a sequel, Unforgettable 2, the Grandma edition. It's alright. It's been a while since I said this, but Batman, take out the trash. We should move on, and I just. So if you like everything you see, and you agree, click right here, join me in the Batman family. I have more Batman-tastic reviews on the way. You have been warned. Until then, ciao.
Unforgettable. That's what you are.